details, controlled by different federal and global agencies. The CIA backing Los Zetas on record, that's come out in federal court, is now spilling across into the United States. And just like the CIA imported cocaine in the 80s, this has been declassified to destabilize the United States, came out in Iran-Contra. This is a much wider scale, just like they're importing jihadis by the hundreds of thousands out of the Caucasus, out of Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Pakistan and Afghanistan to wreak havoc from northern Africa to Central Africa to Western Africa, so then NORTHCOM has an excuse to move in and take over, or AFRICOM. Then they're expanding that into the Middle East with Syria. They're expanding that now into Iraq on record. This is a grand destabilization program. And so it's the same thing that we see worldwide. The New World Order used the same strategy of destabilization, balkanization on a planetary scale. And even though I had a bunch of family issues and things I had to take care of today, I literally couldn't sleep last night. And here I am calling into my own show today. We've got Dr. Jerome Corsi coming up to break down how they're bringing in the North American Union. We've got David Knight with his excellent analysis to break it down. We're going to have our reporters at the bottom of the hour, and then later in the broadcast covering the purposeful collapse of our border into the North American Union and the North American security perimeter. Search North American security perimeter. It's from Mexico to Alaska. They implode the internal borders, then set up a federalization, multinationalization after they have already created the crisis. And they said in the secret documents the Judicial Watch suit got in 2007 that we cover in Endgame, that they would use border crises and collapse. That's why we knew this was coming, to bring in the North American Union. They also said flu or other superbugs, which we now see coming out of Latin America and other areas where antibiotics are sold on the shelves. That's just on record. And terrorism. And so what does this do? We have record numbers of real ISIS jihadis pouring across the southern border. We have link-ups with the Mexican mafia doing this. We have the CIA using all this as cutouts. We have Wells Fargo and Wachovia in Bloomberg caught running the aircraft and laundering $300+ billion. Folks, look it up. I'm not joking. This is a major, massive, global organized crime operation that in the end will scapegoat the poor Latin Americans and Mexicans who are just living in desperate hell and who I don't blame trying to come up here and get the welfare and the kickbacks. All of it's cemented together, though, with race politics, energizing Hispanics into a Hispanic Ku Klux Klan cadre, because that's such a successful political process, just like our government, British intelligence, funded Adolf Hitler. That's declassified, came out in the congressional hearings, the church committees, the McCormick-Dickstein committees. Again, look it up. My film Endgame actually has the newsreels of the committees where our government put Hitler in to then wreck Europe, blow everything up, then they took him out. So again, they will end up taking out the Mexican mafia and MS-13 and all these groups when they're done conquering America. And our Border Patrol is fighting a real threat. See, just like our troops fight real Al-Qaeda overseas and get maimed and killed, we're not saying MS-13 or Al-Qaeda isn't real. We're saying it's being loosed, it's being controlled, it's being funded, it's being allowed to operate through the big banks. And that's why Obama's coming to Austin, and our great team's going to be covering it. David Knight, Leanne McAdoo, and others, and Darren McBreen, and John Bound, and others. I want all of you guys to, and myself included, I'm going to be out in the next few days when he speaks at the Paramount Theater, talking to the people out there, pointing out what treason this is, and showing what cult members the Democrats are. Robert Rodriguez producing all these race war films that Machete is meant to push. That's what you're now seeing break out on the border as desperate Americans, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, say, my God, if we don't have a border, we have nothing. This is going to bankrupt the country. It's not like we've got a bunch of Chinese or Swiss engineers coming over here. We've got collapse. Mexico is collapsed, is failed, and they're collapsing it into the United States. We have the Banff Canada documents. We know the program, and here's what's scary. OnlyDrudgeReport.com, WorldNetDaily.com, and Infowars.com, and PrisonPlanet.com understand the combination and what the enemy's doing. Other people aren't aware. So we'll be right back with David Knight. I'll do one more segment. Stay with us.
Are you happy doing your laundry with perfume detergents that irritate your skin? Are you happy washing your hands with stinking fragrances that gives your skin rashes? Are you happy paying new, higher prices for smaller boxes? Find your happiness today with our 1 to 4 year supply of pure soaps or our 1 to 2 month sampler with bar soap, shampoo, laundry, and dish soap at 5starsoap.com. You deserve the best. Happiness is 5starsoap.com.
Clean water at home, clean water at the office, clean water on the go. The Berkey Guy has a Berkey water filtration model for anywhere you are and one that fits any budget. Thousands of satisfied customers can't be wrong. For free shipping within the U.S., go to goberkey.com or call 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653. Helping thousands prepare since 2005, goberkey.com.
Alex Jones here for Infowars.com. In the month of July, we have got giant specials on everything at MadeIn1776.com. You already discounted Made in 1776 t-shirts are only $17.76. We have the new belt buckles that in only 2 weeks of sale are very close to selling out. There's only 500 of each. We're talking about Made in America belt buckles in nickeled brass. This is more than a summer blowout special. This is a new declaration of independence. But to expand the InfoWar, we're offering the equivalent of more than 5 months free right now when you get a membership at prisonplanet.tv for a limited time, only $39.95 a year. That's more than 5 months free off the regular price. Not just this July 4th weekend, but the entire month of July at MadeIn1776.com. Molon Labe, you can take my gun from my cold, dead hands.
Question: could too many GMO foods and toxins be overloading your digestive and immune systems? Answer: yes. If you're searching for a powerful detox that's gentle enough to use every day, use Pro-EM1 from Teraganix. Pro-EM1 is a powerful liquid probiotic that uses good bacteria to suppress pathogens and gently eliminate toxins from your body. A healthy digestive system will cleanse and remove toxins, support weight loss, improve absorption of food nutrients, and aid in controlling yeast and other infections. Pro-EM1 is made with only non-GMO and certified organic ingredients, has no preservatives, and is dairy, soy, wheat, and gluten-free. Pro-EM1 is the key to your digestive health. Order Pro-EM1 Daily Probiotic Cleanse at Teraganix.com, spelled Teraganix.com, or call toll-free 866-369-3678. That's 866-369-3678. Also available through Amazon Prime. Pro-EM1 from Teraganix. Life's getting better.
How can you save a ton of money and prepare for emergencies? By having your own in-home freeze dryer from Harvest Right. Now you can cut down on wasted food by freeze drying your leftovers. That's right. Create your own long-term food storage by freeze drying your own fruits, meats, vegetables, even complete meals with a Harvest Right in-home freeze dryer. Imagine the savings and the peace of mind. See how the amazing Harvest Right freeze dryer works at harvestright.com.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
David Knight hosting the show. Coming up, Sha'Carri Jackson and Staff Sergeant Joe Biggs will be separately reporting from the border there in southern California. And we've also got reports getting filed the next few hours by Kit Daniels, breaking news on our criminal occupied government literally dissolving the border and ordering ICE to stand down and calling in riot police to go after U.S. citizens. And again, the poor populations of Latin America are being used as pawns. On average, they're not racist. They don't hate America. They dream of coming here, and they're hardworking people. This is the Democrats, the globalists, the Council on Foreign Relations, and the Republican Party leadership working with them to try to get the welfare queens of Latin America and the world to come here to be part of a new political class. But that's a side issue to the greater crisis if this larger mass is allowed to get in. And the precedent set, this will bring an even bigger wave. As we've said, if they give 30 million illegals amnesty, and the amnesty says then their families can come, it'll be a domino effect where tens of millions a year will come, not just millions. And the country's already bankrupt by every metric. And that is the plan. But not just financially bankrupt, absolute crazy town in the streets, while citizens cleaning guns in their own garage are being SWAT teamed because the neighbor sees a gun in rural Tennessee or in rural Illinois. I mean, they're training spy on your neighbors, street light microphones to listen to everyone, NSA spy on everybody. And then Petraeus and Pelosi hide it in plain view. Those clips are coming up. And say this is about a North American Union. Yes, a hellish North American Union where we don't lift Mexico up, we all collapse. This is the plan. And it just illustrates how everything is a giant fraud. And then you get these bizarre communist, they're openly communist, brown berets funded by the Ford Foundation, showing up, threatening people, shooting their mouths off, holding up pictures of blonde-haired black people's heads chopped off. We have video of that. Saying we're going to get the evil, white people. And then the media covers this up. And this is who the media and Robert Rodriguez and everybody holds up as the leaders of Hispanics, is a bunch of gang-banging, ex-con, they are identical except for skin color, in my view, to the Klan. I mean, they're literally poor, dumb, mindless, racist people. And so they train Americans not to be tribal or racist, because all groups are, like I said, a primitive level. And then, maybe like if you went to a biker gang and just showed up and said you were a member, they'd throw you out, or you showed up at a private black club and showed up, and you weren't even from the neighborhood, more black, they'd throw you out, or white. That's basic club or gang mentality humans have. And so again, they get rid of our gang mentality in America. Then they create hardcore gang mentalities in groups, export them in, and America has no political will to deal with it. The political system thinks we're in such a coma that they will allow Obamacare to wreck the country. They will allow open borders to wreck the country. They will openly fund Al-Qaeda to take over the Middle East and Africa. They will openly give them Stinger missiles. They will openly put our military under NATO command. I mean, David Knight, if they will get away with this, what do you think's next? I'll tell you. Giant false flags blamed on the Liberty Movement. I mean, this is the age of just total takeover. This is it. The hammer's being dropped. The border's being dropped. The world government's being announced. The global taxes are being announced. The end of the dollar's being moved into place. The hammers are dropping, folks. This is the beginning, as I've told everyone the last few years. You're going to see the acceleration, the quickening, and then all hell is going to break loose. You've got to call all your friends and family. You've got to have them tune into what our reporters are going to break down from the border. What's going to be filed on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com in the next few hours with our reporters. What we're going to be covering in Austin with Obama coming and not going to the border, not meeting with the governor who's begging for aid, with the stand down. This is open treason. This is open treason. He's meeting with Robert Rodriguez, the grand dragon of the Hispanic racist movement, to literally forge a racist nation, just like the globalists created the Nazis. They will destroy them in the end. They will destroy the Hispanics in the end. They will destroy us all. They will abort our children. They will inject us with Gardasil. We must come together under human liberty. People love gangs, Bill of Rights, Constitution, due process, Second Amendment, right to self-defense, coming together like we saw at that Alamo rally, black, white, Hispanic. About a third of the people were Hispanic. They're with their guns, totally getting it. Awesome patriots, just like a third of the folks in the Texas Revolution were Hispanic or more. We have to come together for Bill of Rights and Constitution. That's why everybody wants to come to America. We haven't been perfect, but because we had a little bit of freedom, well, look at all the wealth we had. Look at how hellish Latin America is in Africa and areas of Asia, because they have no due process. Well, the globalists want to break our back right now. That's what they want, and David Knight's going to take over and report on all of this with Jerome Corsi and others coming up. God bless you all. David Knight, take us out.
That's right, Alex. What's it going to be to collapse the country? Is it going to be a suitcase nuke? We'll find out. Maybe it's a population bomb. We'll be right back talking to Staff Sergeant Joe Biggs.
GCN Radio Network.
I began to get into iodine a few years ago because it was helping me and my